Alright, so here's a Transformers War for Cybertron Siege Wave 2. I don't know if these are Battle Masters or what they're considered. This is the Soundwave Spy Patrol, aka Ravage and Laserbeak, as you can see. And it kind of makes me sad to have to say that they're kind of not good. They're much smaller than old microcassettes. Like, for example, here is G1 Ravage. And, like, they're not thick and solid. And, like I said, Laserbeak is probably the better of the two. You can see they're much smaller, little slightly, well, maybe about the same thickness. But definitely less impressive than G1. Now, here is, we'll show them off with Masterpiece Ravage. I'm not expecting masterpieces out of them, but I just wish they were a little cooler. Now, in their cassette mode, you can flip out these little pegs here on the back. You can get your fingernail in there. Laserbeak's the worst. Ravage actually isn't too bad. Ravage actually has a little tab for you to get on there. And then they combine and they form. Let me look at the instructions. They have a name for it. Sonic Surge Drone Armor is what it's called in the instructions. And it's basically just, hey, look, you can plug some squares on here. Like, since I don't have Soundwave yet, like, oh, look. He has Sonic Surge Drone Armor. And now he's using the microcassettes as a shield. So that's really all they are. Oh, look, I didn't even... See, they're so unimpressive that I didn't even think to... We all know that I forget to do that anyway. But yeah, so there's Shockwave with Sonic Surge Drone Armor. Hooray. Not super impressive. And then transform them. What is cool is Laserbeak is more G1, more than meets the eye Cybertronian Laserbeak. So when you flip him out, get his head going here. You can see he's got like the big visor. He doesn't have the bird eyes over here or the beak. Just that recording device visor. And once again, they're small. That's the problem. Like, one, I'm super zoomed in here, and when you do small things, it's easy to get track of. When you're super zoomed in, like I'm double zoomed in to show off the smaller figures, but I can only move them a couple inches before they go way off screen. So anyway, here he is. You flip out his head, and flip down his legs, flip out his wings, and again, there's no double extension. They just pin out here, and then flip up this little assembly right here. And he's actually not too bad. I do wish, being so simple, that he was more like a G1 cassette that, like, again, I don't, this is Ravage, but was more squared off. It didn't have as many empty gaps in it, but, yeah. Like I said, Laserbeak's actually pretty cool. It's not super complicated, but it's nice to have that kind of, that Cybertronian Laserbeak look. I don't even know if this Ravage was on camera, but, like, you know what I mean. Not empty, because you can see there's, like, this whole chunk is pushed in, which, and again, I would forgive it if they turned into better creatures. Laserbeak, again, not so bad. But Ravage, you just go ahead and flip his legs out, and then untab, rotate these up, so they're untabbed. These kind of click in here. This whole assembly comes up and around, and folds up like this, and then you bring his legs down and around, and then fold them down like this. Fold them down first, and then fold them down like that. And then these legs fold down to the side. And these legs also fold down to the side. These are his front legs. And then you flip his head out, which is connected to that flip out peg. You just keep pulling it. It's like it's in the back of his neck, the peg that allows him to be the Sonic Surge armor. And kind of angle it, but he's like a super chonk, awkward, whatever thing is the best way I can describe him. He's tiny. He's got these spindly little lower legs, and then these super chonk upper legs, and he's just He's just not great. I mean, certainly not. When I think of Ravage, I think of something cooler than this. I can forgive it for like the world's smallest Transformers Ravage that like was like this big. Like I'll forgive that one for being junk. Even that I think pulled off a better Ravage than this guy does. He's just a chonk. He's just, I mean, I guess kind of endearingly chonk, but like just chonk. He's just weird. Especially when you consider like here he is with Masterpiece Ravage. And again, I'm not looking for a Masterpiece quality figure at the $10 price point, especially in a 2-pack at the $10 price point. I get it, but come on. Especially when you've got this basic idea here that works so much better. Like, look at this. Even though he's got like flat legs that are super skinny, that's a way cooler looking Jaguar than whatever this is. I get that he is more three-dimensional. But whatever. Like, give me better cassettes than this. So, Laserbeak in robot mode is cool. In his bird mode, that's not bad. His cassette mode is... Ravage also has a cassette mode, but also has a robot mode. And I'm not super digging it. I'm just not super digging it. He's all hunchy. Maybe if he had like a bend in the middle here, where he could arch his back a little bit more naturally, but he's just not good. So he will live in Soundwave, and then Laserbeak can sit on people's arms. The end. Also, if you fold his legs up and use his peg, you can wear him on Megatron's arm. That's cool. Yay, Laserbeak. Ravage.